Total Pet Publishing, and this is an overview video highlighting the benefits of using branded content to promote your pet business or service. We'll take a quick run through of some of the numbers here. What we can see is that branded content gets a far higher engagement view rate than traditional advertising. That is, in our case, 58% of people minimum engage with the actual brand message, as opposed to the sort of returns that traditional digital advertising gets, which tends to be in the low single digits. Branded content works because if we take a look at this heat map, what we can see is the areas of most interest to users when they are using websites and looking at content online, whether that's on their desktops or mobile phones, are always in the content. We can see here in the navigation where traditional advertising sits, there is very little interest. And that's because people are either ad blind, they've got so used to seeing adverts that they just ignore them, or they're one of the millions and millions of people who now use ad blockers. So if you actually want to get your message across to people, it needs to be in the content. And it can't just be a straightforward advert. It needs to be something that adds value to the user. So we can see here, just looking at a heat map from some branded content that we've previously run, that the brand is doing really well here because the user's attention is directed towards that. And now what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at how it works in real time. Okay, so here we are on Google, and what we can see is a search term for "is dehydrated dog food good for dogs?", which is the sort of search term that a user would type if they were thinking of switching dog food. And we can see that our content here is engaging, it's interesting, but the real key to this is that what you get is the brand message woven into high quality editorial. So we can see in this case that the branded content is for Land of Holistic Pets, who obviously are nutritional experts and know what they're talking about. This is the key. They are genuine experts in this field. And if you look down, you'll see that we've got a brand representative giving their input, and the brand's content is woven expertly alongside our high quality editorial and optimized content that ranks high in the search engines. And the real key and the real reason why this works is that by the time you've read the article and been given the advice, you've been introduced to that brand, you've developed somewhat of a trusting relationship with that brand because they've demonstrated that they are experts. So that by the time you get to the end of the article and this branded content box, this brand has already started to develop a trust relationship with the reader. And so the click-throughs on branded content massively outperform the click-throughs on traditional advertising. And there are extra benefits too. You've not just developed that relationship, you've not just positioned that brand as an expert in the topic that the user is searching for, but there are some long-term benefits that traditional digital advertising can't replicate, and I will talk about those now. Okay, so what we can see here is the backlink profile from our branded content piece that links out to, in this case, Land of Holistic Pets. The reason why this is interesting is that there is only one backlink to that page, and it's from us, just one backlink. And from that, what you'll see is if you do a Google search for holistic natural dog food, Land of Holistic Pets are right at the top. So there is a massive search engine optimization value to using branded content, which means that the benefits last potentially for years and years, as opposed to digital advertising, which is all in. It's a hit and miss binary deal. You either get the return on the money that you've spent or you don't. Whereas with branded content, you not only get higher engagement, higher awareness, more opportunities to actually talk about the brand, but you get the long-term benefit of search engine optimization too. So we can see Land of Holistic Pets is now up at the top in Google for the term holistic natural dog food. Now if we take a look at Bing, you can see they're at the top of Bing too, and that is the link that we're linking to here. So we've already shown there is only one link going to that article, and it's from us. And you can see if you do a search on Bing for premium holistic dog food, they are at #1 in the featured spot. So that's the real combined benefits of branded content. You get the chance to educate people and position your brand as an expert. You get much higher engagement in terms of the content and in terms of the message that you wish to communicate to users, and you get the long-term benefit of your actual website benefiting in the search engines. So by virtue of the fact that having an expert source, in this case that's our website, linking to you, by virtue of the fact that you get to contribute editorial into the branded content, then the search engines will actually start to view your website as a much more credible source for the topic that the branded content is discussing.